Hey guys, welcome back. Today I've got my top albums of 2025. Finally, I was really trying to wait to listen to the rest of the stuff I have on the way, but there's just no way that that's going to happen, and I mean it I didn't get to listen to everything I wanted, but that's fine. I have quite a few stacks, so I'm not really gonna waste any time. Let's just jump right into this. This is the most recent, hence why it's at the bottom, because I just literally got this yesterday, but I did spend all morning listening to it. This is Resplendency with Revenge Through Dismemberment. Great, brutal death slam, all done by one dude. Kyle is a talented guy. And it is just brutal, slammy type shit. You all know the deal when it comes to that style. Next up is Cryptual with Convulsing Above the Ground. Great album put out through Iron Fortress. Iron Fortress has a ton of fantastic releases on this end of the year list. I'm so glad I have found them. Songs like Muted Liturgy, Rotten Inside, Self Inflicted, The Walls Melt are just some sick, nasty, crushing death metal tunes. Next up, I'm not sure if this is pronounced Descendant. I assume it is. With For Those in Shallow Graves. I spun this quite a bit recently, and I mean the song "Flies on a Corpse" is fucking awesome. Next up, I really wanted to have this higher, but I didn't spend as much time with it. This is another Iron Fortress release, Blood Offer with All That Dies Is Forsaken. It starts off with a song called Dead Slut, and it is just some nasty, filthy, good old stuff. Finally, something that's not on Iron Fortress. This is on Old Shadow Records and Sewer Rot Records. This is Coffin Feeder with Dominion of Torment. I almost said Domain of Torment. This is just 6 tracks of blasting brutality, filthy, disgusting death metal. That you can look at that art and logo and just know what you're kind of getting into. Absolutely love this release. It's just filthy, nasty, vomit-inducing death metal, and the same can be said about this one. This is some very anti-Christian, brutal death metal called Christ Torment with Crowned in Torment. 14 minutes, but it is just. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is 14 minutes, but it is 7 tracks, and it is just filthy, pissed off, fuck God kind of death metal. Absolutely love it. Next up is some thrash metal. I had never heard of this band, and I actually bought the shirt that came with this. It is somewhere in my closet. I almost wore it today. It's kind of like crossover ish. This is Condition Critical with Degeneration Chamber. This is one of like 3 thrash albums I actually listened to, maybe 4. Um, and it is just pissed off. It's not as pissed off as I would like my thrash to be. I don't know, I'm very picky when it comes to thrash, but that is one of the few thrash albums from this year that I actually really liked. Next up is another band called Coffin Feeder, and you might have noticed a certain band on my shirt. And I point that out because this is Sven from Aborted's other band called Coffin Feeder with their album Big Trouble. Take it out the. This is just brutal death metal that instead of worshiping just horror movies like Aborted does, it just goes into the cheesy action sort of movies, if you couldn't tell. I mean, Big Trouble in Little China. I mean, you got whatever Arnold Schwarzenegger character that is just sitting there. Arnold's such a talented fucking dude. You obviously know him for like Terminator and shit like that. Next up, this is probably the most mainstream album on this list. I saw these dudes opening for Nile. Fantastic fucking show. This is Cryptopsy with an insatiable violence. There we go. Nemesis. Wow, I don't know why I just said that. I was reading off the track. This album, some technical death metal goodness. Y'all know Cryptopsy. Is it my favorite? No, I'm probably gonna pull off something like None So Vile if I'm in a Cryptopsy mood, but this delivered on all fronts. I was trying to say about the Coffin Feeder. I really like the riffs, and I like the fact that he didn't just go for another horror themed band. Sorry, I went off that little Terminator rant. Next up, we got some more hellish death metal this time. This is Diabolizer with Murderous Revelations. This is put out through Dark Descent, and if you know Dark Descent, you know that you are just getting some diabolical stuff. I mean, that artwork, that color scheming throughout the album just kind of tells you what you get through. This is a portal to hell. Like, straight up, I thought I was summoning demons into my room when I first heard this. Next up is another Iron Fortress release. This is Gorkost with Fleshcross. Absolutely filthy death metal, as always. Iron Fortress, man, they put out some filthy, grimy death metal. I already have an album from 2026. I have another album that's a pre-order that I'm waiting to buy because I've just spent a fuck ton of money on merch. So I'm really gonna let that build up. This is next up is Caustic Wound with Grinding Mechanism of Torment. This is put out through Profound Lore, and my god, is this about as perfect of a death grind album as you could get. I mean, the title track starts off and it is something. I mean, I like how this part is red, and I'm really hoping this does not get cracked because I would hate to throw this out because that is red. You can't really tell, but it is right. Oh, you can't right there. This is just like 16 tracks of pissed off grind, and I mean even the artwork just I feel like it kind of says something about reality. It kind of makes you feel like you're listening to someone just rant about how bad things are, especially in America right now. Um, that Political jokes aside, Caustic Wound fucked hard with that in the best way possible. Next up, we got Decrepity, Defy Morning. Um, when I first heard this, I was stoned as shit, and the riffs kind of kept creeping throughout. And as they did, I just kind of went and went like, wait, I gotta listen to that again. So I did, and I was like, man, kind of reminds me of like Autopsy, but like it's like the title track to Mental Funeral, where it's an acoustic track, but it's like within the death metal riffs, so it's not just on its own. Next up, we got Deteriorate with Awakening. This is just some extremely fast, pissed off, in your face death metal with, and I mean, that artwork just had me drawn. It looks so fucking cool. And actually, there's the entire front back. Usually I don't do that, but that is just too cool to not. Next up is one of the few deathcore albums that I got, and actually this is the lowest because I didn't spend as much time with this as I wish I had. This came out in like October, November, I think. This is Despised Icon with Shadowwork. These guys are the kings of deathcore, and this album shows me why. I mean, the song Reaper featuring Tom Berber and Scott Ian Lewis, just, and I'm actually hoping to get a shirt for that song that's a long sleeve. This is Despised Icon's probably best work ever, in my opinion. The only problem I have with it was the mixing, but I'm not the only one, and even then, this was just on a whole other level that I don't think anyone else is going to be able to top. I mean, other than Reaper, I mean, Shadowwork, Death of an Artist, Corpse Pose, Obsessive Compulsive Disaster. Next up, we got some more black and thrash, more on the blackened side of things. This is Disaster with Kill All Idols, and actually I also have a shirt of this one as well. This one flew by. I heard about it, and I was a little hesitant going into it because I never listened to these guys before. And when I think black thrash, my brain always immediately goes to, for whatever reason, Creator, and it's probably because they were the band that got me into metal, but specifically the Gods of Violence era, which obviously is not going to sound like that, and that definitely doesn't. That sounds like a pissed off couple of guys who really just want people to know, like, they are out for blood. Next up is probably the most depressing album on the list. This is the newest Ghost Bath Rose Thorn Necklace. When I saw these guys, it was opening for Swallow the Sun last year, and I actually got a photo with the vocalist. Really nice dude. This is the first album that they actually have lyrics on. And they actually played one of the songs. I think it was maybe the title track. Know it was one of the singles that they played live before it dropped. This album is just straight up depressive black metal done absolutely right. Kind of teeters into that depressive rock territory, like kind of Catatonia ish. But it is a cinematic piece that just you cannot choose one song. And same thing can be said for this one. This was my introduction to this band. A lot of introduction albums this year for me. Frail with Heretics and Lullabies. I almost said Lunatics. I'm sorry. I don't know how to explain Frail. They're kind of like a gothic band with, like, I don't even know. They're very, like, gothy at times, but they can also be very cinematic. It kind of reminds me of, like, Fields of Nephilim and Agalok in some aspects. I'd heard of them and I never checked them out, and I know my friend here on YouTube, Classy Metal, Lonnie, had said he liked them. Just realized some of these are out of order. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Next up, we got Worm Chewer with Whore's Weed Worms. You guys all remember me opening this. I checked it out. It is some, like, heavy shit. It's like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like grind, like a noise grind, brutal death metal hybrid. Is like the best way I can describe it. Very fast paced. Does not feel real. Like it just flies by. Sorry. I've also had a cold the last few days, which is why I've sounded like shit in the last few videos, so I apologize. Next up, we got Depraver, Necrocryptic Obliteration. This is some, like, suffocation, dying fetus, devourment, worship, but, and it just sounds like it's straight from hell. And you probably guessed it, put out through Iron Fortress Records. Iron Fortress Records was like my big label this year. In terms of where I ordered. I mean, this is another one, and actually, this would be higher, but I kind of just put it on a back burner after a while because of how much I listened to it. This is the newest Groaning Wretch with Cathedral Bloodshed. Don't know how to say it. Great fucking brutal death metal, obviously horror themed with that logo. I mean, this is like, I mean, it worships movies like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Friday the 13th, 80s horror movies. Next up, this one really shocked me. This was Grave Infestation with Carnage Gathers. I don't remember where I got this. I might have gotten it on Iron Fortress Records through a distro. I do not know. This is some fantastic death metal. I mean, nothing groundbreaking or innovative or whatever, but this is just filthy, cavernous, morbid, grave digging death metal. Next up, we got Gruesome with Silent Echoes. Very thrashy death metal, very very similar to kind of 80s death metal. Reminds me of like early Death, Possessed, little bit of Pestilence, I would say, but it's still also very heavy, and that is why I like it. And yes, this was put out through Relapse. Next up, I'm sad that this isn't higher on my list because I love this band so fucking much. I've seen them twice now, and it's the new Guar EP. Only reason being is that it's more live tracks than it is original music. Though I did get to hear them play Lot Lizard, and I think Tyrant King live. I could be wrong. I remember Lot Lizard being played live during their set this past year, which I thought was fucking hilarious. And yes, it even came with like a cool little comic to go along with the songs. Obviously, I've not taken mine out of the thing because I don't even know if that's physically possible without damaging it. So I'm not going to. But this is still Guar. I want to hear more stuff with Blothart on vocals. I know he's been with the band since Blood of Gods. Next up is probably my favorite thrash album. This is the newest Cruel Bomb full. Sorry about that, guys. I thought someone had come home and I didn't know. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, Cruel Bomb. This is, I think, their only full length, and honestly, it's probably my favorite material that they've had. I've known about them since I got their EP Man Made in a Metalhead box quite a while ago. Yeah, this is just great, straight up pissed off crossover thrash. Kind of reminds me of DRI, but with a bit more aggression. Next up is the only power metal album I got this year, and this is a band I've seen live, and I'm really, really trying to get into them. This album is probably not going to be what I pull off the shelf, but I did enjoy it for what it was. This is Helloween with Giants and Monsters. You all know Helloween. I don't have to explain it to you. Songs like Giants on the Run, Savior of the World, We Can Be Gods, This Is Tokyo, and Under the Moonlight are absolutely amazing. I will say Universe is, it's the longest song, being 8 minutes and 24 seconds, but it is so good. Next up is not metal at all. This is HO9909 I believe it's supposed to be a horror. Um, I don't know why it's. I don't know. With Tomorrow We Escape. I found out about this through Wyatt X Him, along with one other album coming up. Because I didn't realize, or I forgot that it dropped. And this is some great horrorcore songs like Target Practice and I don't know if you guys heard that, but something just went thud. Huh. I don't know what that was. Um yeah, Target Practice and um just this entire album honestly is very like energetic, and yet you also um yeah, it is horror. Get like Ouroboros. It's very dark, and it at some points even feels a little bit personal, like he's kind of tapping into the mind of uh people like himself who are struggling. Next up is some more deathcore. This is some heavy shit. I was not expecting to like this as much. This is Larcenia Row with Extraction. When it starts off with teeth, it starts off with teeth. It kicks your teeth in, punches you in the stomach, and is just an absolute mind fuck throughout. The vocals, all of those vocals, they're no one should sound like this dude does ever. And if you do, you're either a really good vocalist or you gotta get fucking exercised or something. Because goddamn. Next up, we got Necrovision. Necrovision. The Gouging Process. More Iron Fortress Records. Death metal. If you get the CD, you get more tracks. Um, Such as Flesh Hoarder. Uh, and Vile. But at least on Spotify, I've only gotten like 5 or 6 songs on it, so I would go out and buy it if you want to hear the whole thing. This is just more 80s death metal worship, or 80s, 90s death metal worship. Sorry. And I mean, that artwork right there is so fucking fitting. Next up is one of the only pop artists I even like, Lady Gaga with Ma'am. I love this album. I mean, Lady Gaga has never really had bad songs other than the ones with Bruno Mars, which unfortunately is why this isn't in my top like 5 or whatever. Die with a Smile would be better without Bruno, in my opinion. But songs like Disease, Abracadabra, Perfect Celebrity, Garden of Eden, Zombie Boy, Love Drug, How Bad Do You Want Me, Shadow of a Man, Blade of Grass, The Beast are all just infectious and catchy and danceable, and I can definitely see her I could definitely see her playing those at her shows. Next up is some great old Death Doom. This is Hooded Menace with, I'm sorry if I butchered this, Lachrymose Monuments of Obscuration. I really hope I said that right. I apologize if I didn't. I was not expecting to like this as much as I did. Um, I'm not huge into the slower Death Doom. Like, I like bands kind of like Acid Witch or Temple of Void, where it's like it's much more like okay, there's more speed to it, but it's still Death Doom. But this had me, especially with that pretty much reimagining of Save a Prayer by Duran Duran. I was not expecting that, and I actually really liked it a lot. Next up is some more filthy, unapologetic death metal. This is Pissgrave with Malignant Worthlessness. A lot of people are kind of divided on this. I actually like this. Is it Suicide Euphoria? No. But it is the logical continuation within their discography. Um, I know some people like the Metal Meltdown. Said that this was kind of what made them finally click, along with one other album that I have, which I will show later on. And more Iron Fortress worship. This is more 80s cheese themed death metal. Definitely very Halloweenish. This is per pro Padre Padredile. I I don't even know. With Coffin of the Corrupted Dead. Um, if someone knows how to say their name, please let me know. More stuff on Iron Fortress. I mean, this is just more zombie themed death metal. Um, Coffin of the Corrupted Dead. I mean, that's a fitting name for this because I felt like zombies were going to chase me after this. I felt like I was listening to that tape in the Evil Dead series. I mean, the title track starts us off and it is just haunting death metal. Next up, some people know this, some don't. This is Reburied with Flesh Mourning. This shocked me when I heard it. I was not expecting to like this as much as I did, because it is not what you typically hear on Iron Fortress. This is a much more kind of straight up death metal with a little bit of thrash influence, and usually you hear like more brutal death metal, um, kind of Suffocation, Dying Fetus worship bands. But Reburied, I don't know, the riffs in that just kept me going back for like a week straight. Next up is Revocation with New Gods, New Masters. This might be my favorite Revocation. It's between this and the last one, Nether Heaven. I mean, if that artwork says anything, it says fuck all the robots. This is some pissed off shit from Revocation, and they have come to let you know that they have a message and they need you to hear them. Man, is that a good one. And the technicality and the riffing and drumming, the dude's vocals are just as angry as ever and just, oh, it's so good. Next up, Trenchfoot, Cavernous Necrophagy, I think is how you say that. More Iron Fortress records. Shit. This is one of the heaviest albums I've heard, and the color scheme really kind of fits, because really I didn't think I would see the light of day after hearing this. I just thought I'd be pissed off shit. Next up is much more slamming, brutal death metal style stuff. This is Putridity with Morbid Ataraxia. I hope I'm saying that right. This is just some great, straight up grand vomit, like devourment worship. I don't know why I said grand vomit. That's not what I meant. But it does make you feel. Sorry. Like you're gonna vomit. I mean, this is just putrid, vile, disgusting. I fucking love it. Next up is some Splatter Spine with Fractured Souls. More Iron Fortress stuff, and this one just, it was so heavy that even whenever I didn't have it playing, the fucking drum parts alone were stuck in my head. And then I was just grooving my head along. Next thing you know, I'm just putting it back in, just like, no, I'm vibing. And, man, motherfuckers know how to heavy in this band. I don't know what's in the water that they're drinking over at Iron Fortress Records, but they're just releasing some pissed off shit. Next up is some gore grind. This is Trachoma with In Slow Decomposition. We rocked. I was not expecting to put a gore grind album on my list, nor this high, but the few times I listened to this, I was just hooked. I mean, it was vile, disgusting carcass worship, and I mean, I fucking love that artwork too. I mean, this is put out through Grand Vomit Productions. Absolutely worth it. If I can, I'm gonna get a fucking shirt from this band or something, because this is absolutely a band I want to hear more from. It's like 18 tracks, 17 to 18 tracks. Next up, getting down to the last little bit here, we have a cassette tape. This is Necrotyrant with their self-titled release. I have no idea who put it out. I think it's independent. This is just 4 tracks. About 11 minutes of just pure pissed off Black Death. Absolutely done right. Kind of makes me think of like Akron if they were a bit more angry. Just realized that this one needs to be a little bit closer. Sorry, I had that out of I had it out of order. Next up is some more deathcore. This is Whitechapel with Hymns in Dissonance. This follows the story of This Is Exile, and this is what I really wanted Whitechapel to be all these years, because I always knew that they were heavy, and don't get me wrong. Somatic Defilement, This Is Exile, great albums. They've had great albums. I fucking love Whitechapel. Probably one of, if not my favorite deathcore band ever. But this is just what I figured Phil could do, and was just kind of like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm like, dude, his vocals on here sound absolutely pissed off, angry. Prisoner 666 is like one of the heaviest songs they've ever written. Visceral Wretch is a fantastic banger. The Abysmal Gospel, so good. Nothing is coming for any of us. Great way to close the album. Whitechapel knew what they were doing when they recorded this. Next up is some more pissed off deathcore, somewhat hardcore, a little metalcore in here. This is the newest Spite, New World Killer. New World Killer? Hey, fuck, dude. This is Spite. The bodies are you. Like, you are the skulls just kind of going elsewhere, and you're just kind of feeling the rage of Spite through this. They have a message, and they need you to listen, is what this told me. From songs like Gavel to Shedding Skin, Pledge, Hand of the fucking Reaper. That song. So good, and it just straight up. Next up is what I believe. Wait, hold on. Sorry. Next up is what I believe to be the best like heavy metal album in terms of like that kind of style, but this is more blackened heavy metal. This is Night, Cult of the Serpent Sun. This was the catchiest damn album. I legitimately could not stop nodding my head to this. And mind you, I like the new Savage Master, but Night, I don't know what it was, but this had all the riffs. This had everything. This is Midnight on steroids. I mean, Crow, Fear the Night, Last Blade, Winds of Sukkar, all fantastic songs. Next up is the greatest thrash metal album I've ever heard this year. So I'm pissed off, and yes, it is very long, but these guys always have lengthy albums, and they never really miss. We're talking about Warbringer. Wrath and Ruin. Man, do these guys have just a message to say about everything political, and I feel like this is probably one of the most well-deserved, loved albums of 2025. There was nothing that quite sounded like this. I will be right back, guys. I need a drink. Next up is one that I actually have a CD for, but I'm giving it to my dad to borrow for his car for now. It's the newest Savage Master, Dark and Dangerous. That's straight up Judas Priest worship, and if you know me, I love me some Priest. They are actually one of my favorite bands of all time. I've seen them twice now. Um, but Savage Master, I saw them opening for Gwar, and that is where I bought the CD. I also bought the newest Blood Vulture at that same show. Um, I went with my best friend, had a blast, and it is a female fronted heavy metal band that knows how to worship Priest in the best way possible. There are songs that sound just like classic Priest songs, um, but still knew how to have their own spin on it. Like one of my favorite songs from that Savage Master is "I Don't Want to Fall in Love Again," or "I Don't Want to Fall in Love," something like that. Really fucking catchy song. I mean, and it just keeps your head kind of grooving um and just keeps that energy up. The placement of the songs themselves, they knew exactly where to place what. um they knew how to really just they knew how to grab you. Next up is one of my favorite bands ever, especially in war metal, Revenge. Uh, Vi- I'm assuming it's Violation, Stripe, Abominate. I apologize if I misread it. This is just Revenge at their fucking most pissed off to date. Um, I mean, I love fucking Behold Total Rejection. Their 2020 album is fantastic, but this one just this might actually top their 2020 as my favorite. I don't know. Next up, another um Iron Fortress one. This band is out of Ireland, and you've seen me wear their fucking shirt before. This is Crimson Butchery with Stalker. Fantastic, brutal death metal. At times, it almost reminds me of Cannibal Corpse. Um, with the riffing and the vocals. I mean, the title track, you got Trauma Masturbation, Bludgeon to the Grave, Philosophy of a Knife. And it's not an uber long album, it's like 28 ish minutes. And it is just filled to the brim with just old school death metal worship done absolutely right. Getting down to the last little bit, we've got Primitive Man, Observation. Sorry, Observance. I'm sorry. Um, man, this one riffs. Um, someone said that if they had to choose between these two, this and the newest Acacia strain, they would choose the Acacia strain in terms of riffs. I disagree. I actually think Primitive Man riffed on this one. Unfortunately, the only album I own from them, but it is so goddamn good. It is a shame that it is so fucking long because it makes it really hard to listen to multiple times throughout the day. But I do really, really like it. And it really just, I mean, if you see that look, snake, it kind of feels like that snake's just wrapped around your neck, squishing the life out of you. Absolutely worth it. Next up, we've got a soundtrack of all things, This is Tron Ares by Nine Inch Nails. Absolutely love this. I'm shocked it's not my top album of the year, but one album beat it just by an ever so slight smidge. Um, and with that said, there are some honorable mentions. Um, but I don't remember all of them off the top of my head, and I don't want to drag this video on anymore. But going into Nine Inch Nails, this was a fantastic movie, and the fucking music fit. I felt like I was at a dance club um or something, just kind of listening to this, singing along and partying. I mean, the colors just fit the vibe of it. It is a very lengthy album, having like 24 fucking tracks, but so fucking worth it. Now, my number one album of the year, I'm going to show the cassette first. Blood Rage, Return to Crimson Pines. If you guys remember, a while back I said I pre-ordered this album, and I did. I pre-ordered a bundle where it came with this, the CD, a koozie, a poster, and honestly, it was worth it. It was worth the money. I don't even know if there are copies left, because this is really hard to find. This is, I believe, their final album. They're not doing anymore. And this was just about as perfect of a death metal album as I could have asked for this year. I mean, it even says to avoid fainting, keep repeating, it's only a movie, it's only a movie, only a movie, only a movie. This has samples of like trailers for like movies like Sleepaway Camp, and other obscure horror movies that people aren't really gonna know. It's kind of like a Mortician, but not as sample heavy as Mortician is. 6 tracks, 36 minutes and 36 seconds of just pure unbridled fury from Blood Rage. Absolutely love them. I know there's all sorts of albums that I'm missing and whatnot, but I could not wait anymore. Even with that, I have a pretty lengthy video. That said, if I left anything off, it's either I did not give it a fair shake, I didn't have it, I didn't give it as much time as I should have, or I just probably didn't like it as much as you did. That said, thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I'm so sorry it's a very long video. And as always, shine on.